Hello, hello. How are you guys? I'm getting rid of this. I'm trying to get rid of it. How are you? It's been a minute, but I am here. You're here. And I have hemp seed oil. I am applying it for the first time over chalk mineral paints. I have a very specific look in mind for this piece. I want her to dry down and look matte. And the way I'm going to obtain that look, I did not want to put poly on this piece. I do not want to, I'm trying to see if I can angle it a little bit. I did not want to seal her with wax. I'm spilling a little bit on me. This is I believe it's a food grade product, which is super cool. And it's super easy to apply. So I put 2 coats of the Dixie Belle and Caviar, the chalk paint. I'm going to do another piece and try a different method. So for this, I thought of it after I already had applied the second coat. So it is what it is. But I like the way she turned out anyway. This was a vintage ball and claw little secretary. And I got it for a bargain on Marketplace. And she was, I think, sitting in someone's garage for quite a while. So I'm just applying with a chip brush. I'm going to get a coat on the entire piece. And then I am going to end up wiping it back a little bit. So I got to get working. There are some bristles that are coming off, which is no big deal. It always happens with the chip brush. But this finish, I've seen what this finish looks like when it's dried, completely dried down. It will cure, fully cure for 2 days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a coat on now. I'm going to let it sit on there about 15 minutes. I'm going to come back. Any areas that look like it pooled a bit, I'm going to wipe it off. And then 24 hours later, well, not wipe it off, I'm going to wipe it in a bit. And then after 24 hours, I will come back and I will check to see if there's any areas where it puddled or pooled a little bit. And I'm going to wipe that. And then after that, she should be good to go. It needs to fully dry. So it can take 2 days. So after this happens and after the 24 hours when I wipe her back, I'm going to move her inside and she should be good to go. I'm honestly super excited to see the final look because she is supposed to be matte, like a matte, pretty matte finish, and I'm excited. And yet this hemp seed oil does offer some protection, and it takes a little bit to fully cure, just like any other product. Whether you're using a poly product, whether you're using a wax to seal with, whether it's water-based wax or oil-based wax, which I am very excited to be trying very soon because I have a clay line of paint to try, and I just ordered another one of the paints, and I have the oil-based wax to seal with, which is even more durable than the water-based wax, and I'm really excited about it. I gotta go down. I love this tool so much. It's one of my favorite tools. So yeah, that's the deal. I think it's going to be stunning. What I also did is I cleaned her really well after I scuff sanded. And I did wet distress, so I wanted some of that wood to peek through. I'll show you after I get this on. I'm gonna have to move down. You know what? let me put you guys on the stool so you can see better too. Hang on, let's bring you down here. I hope this helps. Maybe. A little better? I don't know, it's a little better. It's not great. But it will just soak in as much as it needs / wants. I'm making sure not to miss any spots around all of this hardware because there's a lot of details on this hardware. I decided to do something a little different on this piece. I have friends who paint directly over the hardware, and because I had this idea in my head for this piece, it's exactly what I wanted to do. It's a little more unconventional. That's okay. We can bend conventions sometimes. They're meant to be bent sometimes. Do you know what I mean? And I'm excited about it because I was going to do some drippiness, and I liked this so much that I am not. But what I am going to do is, after this dries down and I wipe it back tomorrow, I just remembered. I'll do that last. I'm gonna hit the top of the drawers. What was I gonna say? Oh, I am gonna be putting some gilding wax, but not on the full. I don't like it when it's like in your face always. And I might be keeping this piece, so I'm redoing it for myself. And then if I end up selling it, I sell it. But at this point, I want to keep her. I fell in love with her. And I have another dresser that I had just refinished that needs hardware. I already moved it inside. And I just have to get the hardware on, and she's ready for staging. I was planning on keeping her, but I like this even better, so I think I'm going to keep her, at least for now, you know? I rotate through pieces regularly. But this one, I adore this. And I really don't like the hardware to be all gilded in your face. For me, other people, like, I do that on pieces, but for me, I prefer less is more. So I'm going to take a little bit of copper gilding wax, and I'm just going to go around the edges on some of it, but I'm not going to go crazy on all of it. That's why I left the hardware on. And I have some very brilliant friends who have told me you can absolutely paint over hardware and have it come out really cool. And I had planned on doing a patina, some kind of patina effect on the hardware, and I love the way it looks so much, I'm just leaving it alone. Sometimes it just works out and you leave it alone. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can move you guys down a tiny bit. Hang on. It's a mess. Let me see if I do this. Is that better? That's a little better, right? Yeah, that's better, I think. Sure, why not? Yeah, and using a chipper. Actually, this is going very far. I haven't even used a quarter of that 8-ounce bottle. So I was a little concerned looking at it, and it's spreading amazing. So I'm not concerned. I'm just really making sure to get around all those details. I want it pretty even. But you can see it start to soak in. I also did not butter these drawers. You can use hemp seed oil as well on raw wood to condition the wood. And it will offer some protection. So it's my understanding that you can use it on cutting boards because it is food safe. You can use it on pieces that you're gonna have in the kitchen. Sometimes you like to have a refinished piece for the kitchen. It's an older piece and you could seal it with hemp seed oil. And know that if food is going to come in contact with it, it's safe. But I'll probably use Big Mama's butter in the drawers. It smells so good. It soaks in. It's yummy. Or I could always just use hemp seed oil. I mean, really. But I think I want to save this. I want to do this again. I am very excited to do this again. And try it on a light colored piece too and just see, because I have something very specific in my head that I wanted, a look that I wanted to attain, that I think I'm going to be able to get it with this, and I don't think I could have gotten it with anything else. So I'm actually super excited about this. So I'm just hitting those edges. And I hadn't been on for a bit because it's just been very busy. And also I've been taking some time to really focus when I'm working on some pieces. I do have to like film and take some video clips and everything and pictures. But I've also been taking some time to just focus and feel focused when I'm doing it. But I will be popping on. When it's something interesting too that I'm working on, I'm going to pop on. I'll show you guys. And that's why, since this was my first time trying hemp seed oil, I was like, I need to pop on and see what y'all think. This has great storage too, this piece. I mean, in addition to it just being straight up cool. And also where I want to put it, I am going to be painting that room white, which I think, I just like white. I really do. I think it's simple. It's easy, it's simple, it's easy to touch up. It really is a great backdrop for like anything, you know? I love dark too, like I really like black. I want to get some type of black background for staging with. Since I have a board that I painted black on one side and then I have it white on the other for flooring, but I would like to have something to put behind as well. I'm just grabbing some of these bristles because these chip brushes shed like crazy. Okay, so that's pretty much done. Hit the side. I didn't paint the dovetail details on there, so I most likely will do that. I think it just looks super sharp when you do. And that, I'm going to sign off because I'm not going to keep you the whole time because I need to do the sides. But thanks for popping in. And yeah, I'm just super excited. So I'm going to get this all on one coat, wait 15 minutes, get a lint-free cloth, and then wipe her down. And then 24 hours later, come back in and wipe down a second time. And then after a few days, she should be dried down, like just matte, which I am very excited about. And I did stain the inside. So this was kind of a mess. Inside was, oh, you can't really see, but incredibly messy. So I decided to just scuff sand, and then I went in over existing finish with the no paint gel stain. I don't know what I just said, in espresso, and that worked really nicely to camouflage a lot of the like little tiny, if you have very superficial marks, it's great for just covering over. And I have to decide if I'm going to pop some clear coat on the inside or not, which I haven't done yet, but that's about it. I'm just going to see what this looks like, but I will check back in and I will upload something. I've been terrible about uploading final projects. Like, I will upload the process and then just forget to do like the short video for this channel. But this piece I definitely will, especially if she turns out like really great. which I think she is, to see that super matte finish. The other option, which I didn't think about till after I'd already gotten one coat of caviar on, which is why I didn't do it, but I totally could have. A friend of mine, Jody, who's brilliant, she's a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle, very smart, has a really cool old world style. She just did a similar piece. It was funny. And she was keeping it. And I saw this. I had already had this sitting in the garage. I was like, ooh, I might be keeping this one. She went ahead and put on a base coat of Anchor, which, as some of you know, if you've watched this channel a little bit, it's my favorite black. It's my favorite black. And it's pretty much 2-coat coverage for sure if you prime. And for me, the last couple times I've used it without priming, it's been 2-coat coverage with just like a little touch up on the third. She went ahead and painted the whole piece in Anchor and then went over it with this beautiful like emerald green, maybe not even. It's like very much a jewel tone. And she mixed it with a little bit of sea spray. And it was also silk paint from the Silk line, which that has the equivalent of a built-in coat of top coat and primer built into it. And it looked amazing. And then she finished off with some wax, I believe, some dark wax and a white glaze over like the texture, and it looked stunning. She even put a stencil over the top. I really like simple. For me, I like super simple. I don't like a lot of stuff. I like doing that if I'm going to sell it. But I really think I'm going to keep this piece. So I just kept it super simple. But if I was going to sell it, I probably would have done something else. But her piece turned out brilliant, and she's keeping it, and it's stunning. Thanks so much for watching. I'm falling asleep. I'm going to go finish the sides and be done. I'll see you soon. Bye.